Hello everyone, this is Super Entendo Entertainment System, and today this is a video on my take on Nintendo, where they're at, and how I think they can improve themselves for the ninth generation of consoles. This will be a quick video. Of course, I'm wasting my time here, so let's get started. Nintendo, a very popular company for especially their video games, because before that they used to do playing cards and toys and stuff like that. So, um, during the video game crash of 1983, Nintendo released the Famicom, but that was all the way in Japan, and the video game crash was in America, North America. And basically, Nintendo kind of lifted the gaming crash. This is not an educational video, I'm not here to do this, but just, saying the history of Nintendo. Nintendo is my favorite company when I want to go play a video game. Um, for some odd reason, they've always been a bit low on the specs. I mean, I have 3 pages of specs right here from the first 3 home consoles: the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and the Nintendo 64. And, you know, the NES, the SNES, and the Nintendo 64 is always underpowered. Except, well, not really the N64. Um, like if you look at the Super Nintendo, oh look, Super Nintendo. The CPU on the Super Nintendo was a 16-bit processor, of course, with 24-bit and 8-bit buses and 8-bit data buses. It had a nice resolution, though. It had a better resolution and better sound quality and better colors than its competitor, the Sega Genesis. But it was underpowered, as in its processor was a bit slower, and that's where the blast processing came in from the Sega Genesis. And if you look at all the pictures here, these are all pictures from Nintendo consoles that I used to own, or at least own right now, like the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, Game Boy Color, GameCube, DS Lite, DSi, 3DS, Wii U, and 3DS XL, which you might not see yet, but you will see. I own currently, and the rest I used to own, which is a very few of the consoles shown here. Uh, Nintendo, of course, has had a big part on the gaming industry. They played, they lifted the oh my god, I'm sorry, the gaming crash in 1983, and they are a very great company when for gaming. Uh, um, Nintendo right now, their latest consoles right now is the new Nintendo 3DS XL and the Nintendo Wii U. Next year at E3, supposedly Nintendo will announce their next Nintendo console, which is called their next home console, which is codenamed the NX. And I want Nintendo to not mess up. They could. I see that after the N64, when they lost all their third-party support because of the cartridge format, and it wasn't as good as the PS1, even though graphically the Nintendo 64 was more powerful. The um the N64 was its cartridge format was the worst part to it, because it cost developers $10 to get a cartridge, and they had to get it directly from Nintendo, and it was a bit harder to program than the PlayStation 1, and it was easier to program than the Sega Saturn, however. But, there was nothing on the Saturn, so, who cares? um, the Nintendo NX is, people are saying that it'll be a fusion of handheld console and the home console, which if it does, it'll revolutionize the industry. Nintendo will do it again. But if they do this, okay, I'd like this to happen, but I want them to keep it powerful. If they do not keep the console powerful and on par with its two competitors, the next Xbox console and the next PlayStation, which is most likely going to be called the PlayStation 5, and who knows what they're going to call the next Xbox. And Nintendo just needs to like step up their game and their power, because it's getting to them now. As you can see, the poor sales, the Wii U has not even reached 10 million yet, 10 million sales, while the 3DS right now is like the most exceeding 8th gen console, if you want to call it that. It's surpassing everything. The thing catching up to that is the PlayStation 4. Then under that is the Xbox One, then the PS Vita, and then the Wii U. The Wii U is not doing too well, so that means Nintendo needs to do nice. Like they in this 9th gen of gaming, they really need to do better. I want it to be back in the Super Nintendo days, where they had all the third-party support, or most of it at least, and they still had all their first-party games. Like you could be playing your Call of Duty, and on this same NX console you could be playing the next Call of Duty game, and then you could also be playing your Mario, you could play Battlefield, you could play Metroid, and then you could play something else like, I don't know, let me see, I'm looking at some games. You could probably play, let's say, the next Infamous game, and then play Legend of Zelda game. You know, who knows, but well, not Infamous because it's PlayStation exclusive, but you know what I mean. You know, you could be playing like, who knows, a great game. I just want them to get third-party support and have the power of the next console on par with the next PlayStation, the next Xbox, because if they don't, they're going to fail, and who knows what they're going to do. They could end up like Sega, and we don't want that to happen. Just look at where Sega is now. But besides that, Nintendo is, you know, if they put their heads back into the game correctly, they stop, you know, dreaming like if they own the industry anymore. Like they don't own the industry like they used to. Back in the NES days, they were the industry. Nothing can top the NES, even though like the Sega Master System pretty much came close. But that is it. Thank you guys for watching. This is a quick rant, I guess. Quick video for you guys. Thank you for watching. If you like, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.